Cupcakes. Jo Whittemore is going to be there. You saw her in a previous video of mine. It was a signing at Book People. She was signing along with Nick Lofton. P.J Hoover is also going to be there talking about her book Tut. K.A Holt is also going to be there, and she's going to be promoting her book House Arrest. So we're going to talk about some books and eat some cupcakes, and I'll see you all once I get there. I eat a cupcake and they're actually pretty good, and I also drink some hot chocolate, and they actually make their hot chocolate with milk, which is very important. This was my lunch actually, so we're just gonna hang out here a little bit more. I'm gonna talk to the girls. I'm here with P.J Hoover. Can you talk a little bit about this book?
So this is Tut, the story of my immortal life, and it is aimed at fans of Percy Jackson, people who like mythology. It's about King Tut, who is 14, and he's immortal, which is actually really cool. What's not so cool is that means he's stuck in middle school. And then King Tut's uncle shows up, and his uncle is actually the one who's been locked in the tomb for 3,000 years, so he is a little bit upset about that. He's out for revenge. So it's like a crazy chase adventure around Washington, D.C. with lots of Egyptian mythology mixed in.
House Arrest came out in October. It's about a boy whose name is Timothy, and Timothy has trouble making the right decisions. He has a really good heart, and he wants to help take care of his little brother who's sick, but in order to do that, he makes some poor choices. And so the book is about Timothy making these poor choices and having to deal with a probation officer, and he's got a psychologist that's court ordered, and so the book itself is his journal that the court makes him keep, and we see Timothy kind of learning from his mistakes, and it's kind of sad and it's kind of funny.
So January 5th, 2016, the first two books in the Confidentially Yours series come out, and they're more middle grade humor, like I like to do, and it's about 4 kids who write for their school's advice column and all the hijinks that ensue with trying to balance your schoolwork and also try and help people anonymously and also try and help your friends.
How do you differentiate this book from your previous book, Colonial Madness?
I was contracted to write this series, so they gave me a list of the characters they wanted in the books, and they gave me the basic plot lines they wanted me to follow. I'm just adding in the dialogue and all the humor.
I find it's different to use like regular narrative and to writing verse.
Writing verse for me is like a whole different part of my brain. Like when I write it, I can't listen to music with lyrics, and it's just more like writing feelings. They're kind of impressions. You have to sort of trust your reader to understand what you're trying to convey. The reader and the writer are kind of working together when it's verse, more so than when it's prose.
I forgot to say that the poem, I think that it's in my first SBWI video, like Carrie here, she's the one who wrote it. She does this wonderful thing. Rodeo. Are you working on something right now?
I actually have a new book coming out in February.
Red Moon Rising,
yes,
right?
Red Moon Rising. It's a space western. It is not in verse. And then I'm working on another verse novel and another fantasy novel and a picture book.
And you're working on the sequel to that, right?
Yes. So what I know is that I have to write this book very quickly. There is a sequel to Tut, and now basically for the next 6 weeks I'm doing nothing but writing this book. I actually love that first drafting stage. I love being in that stage where the words are flowing and everything is going really well and you just get way into the story. So that's where I am. And I know there will be lots of revisions that come along, lots of new ideas that I get as I'm adding it. But yeah, it's just trying to come up with something that's, sticks with the spirit of the first book but is unique and fresh also at the same time. Something that someone could pick up and read whether they've read book 1 or not.
How do you balance writing and doing those publishing things like signings and book events and going to libraries and things like that?
A lot of it is time management. A lot of it is also what's going on. If you look at a school year, September and October are traditionally very busy with school visits because that's when schools are bringing authors in. Stuff settles down around the holidays, and then when testing hits, they're not really bringing authors into the schools at all. School visits pick up again in May timeframe. It's during those winter months that's when I know I need to focus on getting the words down, because I know when I'm doing school visits I won't have as much time to actually do the writing.
I have to do not quite so many events when I'm on deadline. I have to be able to just really sit and get something done. If events happen to come up when I'm in that push for the final deadline, I have to say no, which is always hard because you don't want to say no. I don't like to say no.
promoting part is actually a nice, refreshing break sometimes from the writing. You just spend so much time alone, whereas when you get to do the promotion stuff, you get to see people and you get to meet fans and you get to hear how much they love the books. Hopefully always. Kind of fuels you to write even more because you know there are people out there reading.
That's pretty much it. I hope you noticed that the quality of the video improved. I hope so, because I bought a new camera. That was a good discount on Black Friday and I just couldn't resist. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button here below. Please subscribe and put your comments in the comment section below. I'll try to remember to put all the links I talked about in the description section. I see you guys next time. Bye!